What will some Wukong see inside the Jade Pool? Chapter 5, Part 2. He saw fabulous perfumes coiling, a confusion of auspicious clouds, the jade tower set with colour, the precious pavilions scattering mists. The phoenix soars till almost lost to view, and jewelled flowers seem to rise and fall. Above a 9 phoenix screen, a rainbow stool of 8 precious things, a coloured golden table, green jade bowls with 1,000 flowers, 100 different dishes and all of them good, rare fruits and fine delicacies, every one unique. Everything was neatly set out, but no immortals had yet arrived. The great sage had not finished looking when he smelt wine, and as he whirled around he saw under a portico to the right several immortal officials in charge of brewing liquor, with some workmen who stirred the lees, a number of novices who carried water, and some boys who looked after the fires. They were washing the vats and scrubbing the pots, having made jade liquor and a fragrant fermentation of the lees. The great sage could not stop himself from drooling, and he longed to drink some, but unfortunately all those people were there. So he performed a spell by pulling several hairs from his body, chewing them up, spitting them out, saying the magic words and shouting, "Change!" Whereupon the hairs turned into sleep insects, which flew into the faces of all the liquor makers. Watch them as their hands go limp, their heads droop, their eyes close, and they drop their symbols of office and all fall asleep. Whereupon the great sage grabbed the rare delicacies and exotic foods, then went under the portico and drank from the vats and pots until he was completely drunk. Only then did he think, "This won't do at all. When the guests come for the banquet, they'll be furious with me, and I'll be for it if I'm caught. I'd better get back to the residence as soon as I can and sleep it off." Our dear great sage staggered and swayed, charging about all over the place under the influence of the liquor and going the wrong way. He arrived not at the Equaling Heaven residence, but at the Tushita Heavenly Palace. As soon as he saw this, he sobered up and said to himself, "The Tushita Palace is the highest of the 33 heavens, where Lord Laozi and the great monad reigns. However did I get here? Never mind, I've always wanted to see that old chap, and I've never managed to come here before. I might as well go and have a look at him now that I'm passing this way." He straightened his clothes and rushed in, but did not see Lord Laozi. There was no sign of anyone. This was because Laozi and the ancient Buddha Dipankara were expounding the way from a red dais in a triple-storied pavilion, and all the immortal boys, generals, officials and petty functionaries were standing to right and left listening to the lecture. The great sage went straight to the room in which the elixir was kept, and although he could not find Laozi there, he saw that there was a small fire on the stove beside the range over which pills were made. On either side of the stove were 5 gourds full of golden pills of refined elixir. "This is the immortal's greatest treasure," he exclaimed in delight. "I've wanted to refine some of these golden pills ever since I understood the way and mastered the principle of correspondence of the esoteric and exoteric, but I've never had time to come here. Today I'm in luck. I found them. As Laozi isn't here, I'll try a few." He emptied the gourds of their contents and ate up all the pills as if he was eating fried beans. Before long he was full of pills and quite sober. "This is terrible," he thought. "This is a colossal disaster. If the Jade Emperor is shocked by this, I'm done for. I must get out of here. I'd be much better off as a king in the lower world." He rushed out of the Tushita palace, avoiding his usual route. Using a spell to make himself invisible, he left by the west gate of heaven and went straight down to the mountain of flowers and fruit by cloud. When he got there, he saw flags, banners, spears and halberds gleaming in the sun. The 4 stalwart generals and the 72 kings of the monsters were holding military exercises. "Children, I'm back!" shouted the great sage in a loud voice, and all the fiends dropped their weapons and fell to their knees. "You don't care, do you, great sage?" they said. "It's been so long since you left us and you never came back to see us." I haven't been long, protested the great sage, and as they talked, they walked into the innermost part of the cave. When the 4 stalwart generals had tidied the place up and made him sit down, they kowtowed to him and asked, "What office did you hold, great sage, during your century or more in heaven?" The great sage laughed and said, "As far as I can remember, it was only 6 months. So why do you say it was over a century?" "Ah, remember, a day in heaven is the same as a year on earth," said the stalwart generals. "I was lucky this time," said the great sage. "The Jade Emperor took a liking to me and ennobled me as the great sage equaling heaven. He had an equaling heaven residence built for me, complete with a tranquility office and a calm divinity office, with immortal functionaries, attendants and guards. Later on, when he saw that I had nothing to do, he put me in charge of the peach orchard. Recently, the Queen Mother Goddess gave a peach banquet, but she didn't invite me. Instead of waiting for an invitation, I went to the Jade Pool and stole all the immortal food and drink. I staggered away from the Jade Pool and blundered into Lord Laozi's palace, and there I ate up his 5 gourds of pills of immortality. Then I got out through the heavenly gates and came here, because I was scared that the Jade Emperor was going to punish me." All the fiends were delighted with this tale, and they laid on liquor and fruit with which to welcome him back. They filled a stone bowl with coconut toddy and handed it to him, but when he tasted it, the great sage grimaced and said, "It's awful, it's awful." 2 of his stalwart generals, Beng and Bar, explained, "You don't find coconut toddy very tasty because you have drunk immortal liquor and eaten immortal food in the heavenly palace, great sage. But as the saying goes, sweet or not, it's water from home." To this the great sage replied, "And all of you, whether related to me or not, are from my home. When I was enjoying myself beside the Jade Pool today, I saw jars and jars of jade liquor under the portico there. As none of you have ever tasted it, I'll go and pinch you a few jars. Then you can each have a little drink and live forever." All the monkeys were beside themselves with glee. The great sage went out of the cave, turned a somersault, made himself invisible, and went straight to the peach banquet. As he went through the gates of the Jade Pool, he saw that the men who made the wine, stirred the lees, carried the water, and looked after the fire were still snoring away. He tucked 2 big jars of wine under his arms, took 2 more in his hands, then turned his cloud around and went back to have a feast of immortal wine with the monkey masses in the cave. They all drank several cups and were very happy, but we will not go into this now. let's return to see what has become of the 7 immobilized fairies. Well, they were only able to free themselves a whole day after Sun Wukong had immobilized them with his magic. They picked up their baskets and went back to report to the Queen Mother that they were late because the great sage equaling heaven had held them there by magic. "How many peaches did you pick?" the Queen Mother asked. 2 baskets of little ones and 3 baskets of medium ones, but when we got to the back, we could not find a single big one. We think they were all eaten by the great sage. While we were looking for some, the great sage suddenly appeared, and he threatened to make us tell him who had been invited to the banquet. After we told him, he immobilized us there, and we don't know where he went. We only came round and freed ourselves a moment ago." On hearing this, the Queen Mother went straight to see the Jade Emperor and gave him a full account of what had happened. Before she had finished, the liquor makers arrived with their immortal officials to report that an unknown person had thrown the Grand Peach Banquet into confusion and stolen the jade liquor as well as the precious delicacies of 100 flavours. Then came 4 heavenly teachers to announce that the supreme patriarch of the way, Laozi, had arrived. The Jade Emperor went out with the Queen Mother to meet him, and after doing obeisance, Laozi said, "I had refined some golden pills of the 9 transformations in my palace for a feast of elixir pills with your majesty, but a thief has stolen them. This is what I have come to report, your majesty." This news made the Jade Emperor tremble with fear. Not long afterwards, the immortal administrators from the Equaling Heaven residence came to kowtow and report. The great sage Sun Wukong abandoned his post and went wandering off yesterday. He has not come back yet, and we do not know where he has gone. The Jade Emperor, now more suspicious than ever, then saw the Barefoot Immortal bow his head to the ground. "Your subject was going to the banquet on a summons from the Queen Mother," he reported, "when I happened to meet the great sage equaling heaven. He told me, O Lord of 10,000 years, that you had issued a decree ordering him to tell all the rest of us to go to the Hall of Universal Brightness for a ceremony before going to the banquet. Your subject went back to the Hall of Universal Brightness as he had told me to, but as I did not see the Imperial Dragon and Phoenix chariot outside, I hurried here to await orders. This wretch has the impudence to invent fraudulent decrees and deceive eminent ministers," exclaimed the Jade Emperor with anger and astonishment. "The miraculous investigator is to find out at once what he has been up to." The miraculous investigator left the palace in obedience to the edict, and by making thorough inquiries, he found out all the details of what had happened. "The wrecker of the heavenly palace was Sun Wukong," he reported, and he went on to give a full account. The Jade Emperor was furiously angry, and he ordered the 4 great heavenly kings, along with Heavenly King Li and Prince Nezha, to mobilize the 28 constellations, the 9 bright shiners, the 12 gods of the 12 branches, the revealers of the truth of the 5 regions, the 4 duty gods, the constellations of the east and west, the gods of the north and south, the deities of 5 mountains and 4 rivers, the star ministers of all heaven, and 100,000 heavenly soldiers. They were to descend to the lower world with 18 heaven and earth nets, surround the mountain of flowers and fruit, and capture that wretch for punishment. The gods called out their troops at once and left the Heavenly Palace. Will all these troops and guardians be able to bring Sun Wukong to order? Join us next time. Goodbye.